Next up, we have Azhdaha Battle Music Phases 1 and 2 from the Genshin Impact soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're going to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, what happens if we reach 10,000 before Christmas 2025? The gaming channel. How to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's go. Azhdaha battle theme, battle music. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Okay, fairly straightforward. We have a battle horn. This is a French horn. Nowadays, we use the French horn for this one. Very, very lovely. But before, back in the day, I do not want to buy one. We had simpler versions of this one. Nowadays, we have the valve system on this. But yeah, we have a battle horn. Used to be the French horn, which these you could play, you know, pointing the horn upwards. Nowadays, they are played with the horn being held because of the valve system. You have them going on over here, giving us a very simple thing. This is what horns are really good for, to establish these kinds of beats. Let's see where it goes. We bring a doubling. We have now two. Second layer, giving us some harmony there. And we bring in our violins. We bring the orchestra in, so we have an orchestra playing. Let me just bring the image once again. Come on, give me the image. Give me the image. Give me the image. We bring an orchestra. We have our violins with a piano, some percussion, giving us our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from. Very Stravinsky in melody. Like, this is the second track we're doing that you can see the influence from Stravinsky. Stravinsky, being a composer from the 20th century, he made some very fascinating music. My two favorites from Stravinsky are The Rite of Spring and Petrushka. These are my two favorites from Stravinsky. He's got a few others. He's got like Firebird. He's got a couple of other. He has a bunch of music. These two incredible ballets, and you can really hear that that influence. We're having this melody, you know, very, very unstable. We are making use of the tritone in this one over here. So the tritone is one of the music intervals that exist. You have three types of music intervals. You have consonance, you have dissonance, and then you have instability, which is your tritone. Consonants are going to be, an interval is the distance between two notes, right? So you can have consonants, which is going to be your thirds, fourths, fifths, and sixths. Thirds, fourths, fifths, and sixths. That they sound very nice. Then you have your dissonance, notes that don't sound too well together. Here you have your seconds and your sevenths. And then you have the tritone, your instability. Funnily enough, the tritone is the only interval in music that is inherently unstable. It has a type of dissonance that it doesn't matter what you add, it will become dissonant. So if you add more intervals, if you add more stuff to a consonance, you will get very beautiful consonants. If you add consonants to dissonance, you get beautiful consonants. If you add dissonance to dissonance, you can get more dissonance, right? But the tritone, no matter what you add to the tritone, it's always going to sound unstable. That is something that the tritone has that no other interval has in music, which makes it a very, very interesting thing. And funnily enough, the tritone is the only interval in music that is 100% symmetrical. It's the dead halfway point of the chromatic scale. It's right in the middle. And I find it to be beautiful because music is uneven. Music is imperfection. Music is that kind of stuff. And when you bring the tritone, and then the tritone, of course, can bring some beautiful resolutions to it. But yeah, we're having that. Let's just see where this goes. Got a lot of this. So we have a lot of dissonance there. So yeah, we're having the motif, then we're playing the motif reduced, right? So reduction is when you speed up something, which is exactly what happened, right? That's it. Like we just played it faster, and we're having the brass instruments. That's going to be your trombones, your tubas, your French horns, your trumpets, just playing very dissonant chords to this whole thing. Just having that tension, that to it. There's Paganini, but I've heard uses a lot of tritones. Is that true? Everything uses tritones, or most music uses tritones, because tritones are very necessary for creating what is called dominant seventh chords, which create a lot of cadence. So, for example, here is C major, and if we have G dominant seventh, we create a beautiful, beautiful dissonance over here. Tritones in melodies, Paganini used them a lot. A lot of people have used them a lot. There was a time when they were looked down upon as the demons interval because it sounds unstable, right? And you have that. So it did happen a lot. There's musicians that use it a lot. And then over time, people realized, wait, no, that's stupid. Let's just use them because you can make it sound really cool. So, yeah. Hoyo Migs and Spotify, rap number 1, and Yupeng and Chen number 3. No. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we're developing the melody, creating some cadence. There we go. And we bring in call and response with a choir, a chorus. So call and response being a musical conversation, you heard it clear as day over here, right? We have the trombones here giving us this very cool like scale run going based on the original motif. Then when they shut up, comes the chorus, right? They sing the motif. They sing the motif, a variation of the motif, and then we bring it back, call, response, back and forth. Let's just see where this goes. This is really cool. Still using that motif. The rhythm. There's the motif. And there's, by the way, we have a bunch of other percussions. We have the timpani and we have a bass drum as well, accentuating and accentuating those brass hits to give them even more weight. So yeah, let's see where it goes. There are the trumpets with there's trumpets with bassoons. Interesting. So the bassoons being these guys over here. Fairly unusual to have them both doing doublings. Doubling when you have more than one instrument doing the same thing at the same time. But it adds that extra bit of texture to this. This is super well orchestrated. So yeah, orchestration is when you pick the right instruments for the right sound. That's why you have so many instruments over here. The different combinations will give you very different sounds, and that's what we're getting right now. Let's just see where this goes. Bring the chorus again, doubled by some of the French horns. We're repeating that rhythm now while we're having the trombones do this. Oh, it's awesome. And there's the motif again. We do some scales. There's the motif again. All right, we're continuing. We're having those rhythms overlapping, of course, one another. We're having those scales being played. We're just overlapping rhythms over here. We're using the material we've been showing. I really like this way of presenting material, by the way. We went one by one introducing the different things we were going to be doing, and now we are overlapping them altogether. We're using entirely material that we already used. Of course, we're probably going to be using different lyrics for this to advance things a little bit forward in that way. But yeah, we are just completely shifting back and forth between everything we already established. And is there a term for rhythms that make it sound like you're being chased? I mean that's just kind of like a chase. Like there are many types of rhythm. I'm pretty sure there is a term for that. Like this one over here, of course, we're using a lot of the tuba, we're using a lot of trombone, the lower end, which is going to sound very oppressive. It's going to sound like a very overwhelming presence, because that's the kind of thing that we're doing. And yes, Juicy, yes. So yeah, it's very much this type of timbre and rhythm we're getting is very impending doom kind of vibe that we're getting. So yes, I would say in this case, yeah, we just call it kind of like a chase scene, impending doom. Like it's like seeing a forest fire that is approaching you, and you are the lone fireman with your one hydrant that is barely working, and the forest fire is coming. Like, that's how it feels. It's really cool. Let's see where it goes. So yeah, we're overlapping those rhythms. Really cool. Okay, we bring in the violins, and now we have engaged in a little bit of sequencing. Sequencing is a way you can develop your material, in which you repeat the same melodic material just from a different starting point. In this case, we were having the very basic rhythm, right? And now we're just changing the note. That is sequencing. We're doing that. In this case, it's mainly the rhythms. And of course, we now bring the violins, giving us a little bit of extra melody. Let's see where this goes. The violins are doing doublings. Very nice. Overlapping those rhythms. Different starting points for the rhythms. We bring in the flutes, getting a quick glissando there. Variations. We change the rhythm in the brass. Now we bring in the string orchestra. Now it's the string orchestra with some doublings from the woodwinds, giving us those scales inverted from what the trombones were playing. So inversion being another way that you can develop material in which you play something upside down, right? So for example, the trombones were doing something like this. And now if we invert it, simple as you're just playing it upside down kind of thing. Really cool, very oppressive, very epic. Let's see where this goes. Violins holding those notes. There's the motif. Inverted motif back to... So we're inverting the motif up and down, back and forth. There we go. And we're having the flutes running around, giving us those scales, some trills in there. Focusing on that motif. Really cool. So this is phase one. We go for one more run. I don't know where phase two starts, but yeah. There you go. Okay, so we do one more run of that motif of the rhythm. And we bring in the woodwinds. The woodwinds giving us one last run, that being the I think it was the clarinets and the bassoons, giving us those very like softer variation to end this. And now to phase two. Okay, so we start this with the same runs we were doing with the trombones, those up and down going scales. We're doing a variation from that. Of course, it's very heavy in the percussion. We're bringing some very, very loud war drums. We have an electric guitar with this. And let's see, where the sound effects from the game are missing. Are you talking... What game are you talking about? Let's see where this goes. Variation on the original motif from phase one, being played by the violins and the chorus. Beautiful melody coming out of that. There we go. We bring in the trumpets, giving us this variation now. Repeating the melody. And we bring in an erhu. We bring in an erhu, the erhu being this beautiful Chinese traditional instrument. It has such a beautiful, unique sound to it. And it's so epic. And of course, you hear an erhu, you think China. Instantly, you think China. The erhu is the Chinese variation of the moninghur. I don't know which one predates, because the moninghur, there was the eagle, the moninghur being the Mongolian version of it, of this instrument. Of course, the moninghur, the strings are side to side from one another, whereas the erhu, the strings are on top of each other. What about swana? What about swana? What was that? What is that? What is that? Yeah, this being another instrument. Yeah, the swana as well. But the erhu lately, especially lately, that more and more people have been using erhu in their music. For example, if you boot up the game Where Winds Meet, the opening of Where Winds Meet uses an erhu. Same deal as what we're doing right now in this one. They just use an erhu. So yeah, recognizable that sound is. Yeah, no, that's how recognizable the erhu is. It's got such a unique tone for everything. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Variation of the melody that we're doing, and we're having the rest of the orchestra doing variations. So the rest of the orchestra is doing variations on the rhythms that we were doing before. So all of this from the phase 2, it's acting kind of like a second movement of the first phase. So back in the day, we used to have what is called form. Form is the structure not just of each individual part of your piece, but of the composition as a whole. One of the forms is called sonata form. Sonata form means that you are using a very big ABA or ABC kind of structure in which you have movement. So if you listen to anything from most pieces of the classical era, the romantic period of music, the modern period of music, you go there and you would see, like, for example, Mozart's piano sonata in F major. It has 3 movements, and each of the movement is going to be a different take on the motif that you get. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Each symphonies use sonata form as well. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. First movement. You have that one going on over there. Then you have another movement. I don't remember how it goes. Something like that, right? So the idea is that you're bringing motifs. You have one motif and you make 3 movements out of your motif. Vivaldi's Seasons is before sonata form. So yeah, the Baroque period has a lot of doesn't have as much of that. It doesn't have as much of that. The Baroque period, Vivaldi is from the Baroque period. They don't have that much. Sonata form was largely adopted during the classical period, and it has been used since as the standard because it allows composers to explore ideas fully. So we're doing something like that over here, adding a phase 2, making this a second movement, whereas the first movement was very slow, very oppressive marching. Like the second one is a lot more fluid. It has a big contrast between those two. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Do you have a favorite classical music piece? My favorites are as follows. Requiem by Mozart. Don Giovanni by Mozart. Symphony number 15 in F major by Mozart. Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. And then I love symphonies like 34, 38. Then after that is like the rest, right? So yeah, these are my favorite classical pieces. After that, this one does get an honorable mention. The Saint Matthew Passion by J.S. Bach. I love this one so much as well. Yeah, surprise! The Mozart guy likes Mozart. Yeah. Symphony number 15, I really like his sonata in B flat major by Mozart as well. So yeah, here you go. Honorable mention being the St. Matthew Passion. James must have seen the Amadeus movie. I bought the, I want to get the physical director's cut, but I still need to find it. Anyway, let's see where this goes. So yeah, contrast, we're having this beautiful melody derived from the first motif. Oh god, True Super Ninja, you brought it up. Why isn't there any new classical music with impact on the same scale? Is it lack of geniuses? No, it's a corruption of the institutions. Ever since John Cage and his cohorts, the world of classical music and, the universities and the conservatories have all been corrupted, or largely been corrupted by the idea that I must be the next revolution. I must be the next John Cage. I must be the next Berlioz, the next Penderecki. So they are so stuck in the idea of wanting to get unusual and new sounds that they forget to make good music. Like in my case, I remember back in Berkeley, there's one girl from back at Berkeley that I studied with, Unique Tanzil. She's turning things around. This girl, she's from, where's she from again? She's from Indonesia, and she wanted to make beautiful music. She learned along with us how to do all the bullshit things that they make you do, the 12-tone music, the 8-tonal bullshit, all that kind of stuff. And then she went off and just started making beautiful music. She's got record deals, she's got the concerts, she's got the audience now, because surprise, surprise, this girl is a genius. This girl has what it takes. This girl is doing what none of my other classmates wanted to do. While this girl was busy making beautiful orchestral music, my other classmates were busy sticking sponges in violins, sticking screws in between piano strings, playing piano strings with drumsticks, and trying to over-intellectualize every single aspect of music to the point that they stopped making it. That's what happened. They were so busy trying to be the next John Cage, they forgot there is such a thing as wanting to become the next Beethoven, the next Schubert, the next Tchaikovsky, which this girl just said, nah, fuck that, and she kept making beautiful music, and guess what? She's actually getting the audience now. So yeah, that's that. I have a full video. One of the reasons why the LFA started was because of a video of me going off on why I left the world of classical music. It's on the channel. I think the video is called Why I Left the World of Classical Music, right? And I go way more into detail. About that. So yeah. It is entirely because these people are so overly pretentious. They over-intellectualize everything, and the moment you don't like their garbage bullshit music, they just say, oh, you're just not smart enough. You're just not intellectual enough to like what I'm doing. And they just keep sniffing each other's fucking farts, pretending that they like each other's music, and trying to be the next one to get the, what's it called? The fellowship money. They're all chasing the same fellowships as a giant pyramid scheme, and I'm done. I've been out of it for a long time. I left. Thank God I left. So yeah, that is that. Right now, where do you find the incredible music? Video games, film, TV, because this is where they realized, oh yeah, we need something beautiful. We need something good. We need something that helps us experience. And there you go. So yeah, I despise the place that classical music is at, because no one's gonna show up to your concerts where you're making garbage music. Make good music. Make beautiful music. Just do it. Stop over-intellectualizing everything. People don't like that. You're just coming across as pretentious. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, anyway, let's continue, shall we? So speaking about good music, yeah, we have this rough but true. Yeah. So yeah, now of course we're still doing variations of the previous bits. Let's see where it goes. And yes, click that all you want. Oh, really cool. We switch things around, variations, and we're just holding those high notes, break them down. We're just holding them. Nice, and we bring in the heavy metal band, and now we bring an entire variation of what we have been doing all along. And oh my god, I wish classical music had better naming. I think the academic music is what would fit the name today. Academic music would fit better because it's just like the rest of academia, a bunch of pretentious people that over-intellectualized so many things in life that they stopped living in reality. That they intellectualized so many aspects of reality that they stopped living in it. So, yeah, academic music, absolutely. Still the world of concert music, classical music kind of thing, yeah. Anyway, so we bring in the metal band, now doing variations. We have now the electric guitars bringing that. Let's see where this goes. Violins, piano, doubling the guitars. Right now, oh my god. Variations on that melody, and of course now we are relying very heavily on those drums. It just goes, the drums are changing the rhythm around, and it's changing everything. So there you go. We have this, fuck the academia, not entirely. Like, there are some fields that are necessary. Like, you know, there's medicine, there's law, accounting, that kind of stuff. The problem is the ones where they're not focused on advancing their field. They are focused on the politics of it. And that's where they get corrupted. So, there you go. Anyway, so yes. We're changing the drums around. It changes the feeling of everything. I have to mention it. It just goes to show the importance of your accompaniment, how much it can really influence it. If you want to listen to a song that has this to an extreme degree, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. Mirror by Dream Theater, the guitar starts with what is called an ostinato, right? Ostinato is when you repeat something over and over and over and over and over again, and the guitar just goes for a full minute straight, right? Jung, 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 jung. 1 full minute of just that. In the meantime, the guitars, the synthesize, the synths, the bass, they change around it. And it just changes. There's points where you genuinely cannot tell that the guitar is still playing the same thing. So we're doing something similar right now, completely just... Let's see where this goes. Ooh, okay, so we're bringing a guitar solo, it would seem? No, we're just having the guitar doing a bunch of things while we bring this rhythm variation still from what we had at the beginning. There we go. There's the rhythm from before. So now we're holding a bunch of notes high above while the chorus is here hitting us with a variation of the rhythm from the first movement, from the first phase. Let's see where this goes. Communication? Fair enough, Max. Fair enough. Oh, now with the... Oh, we're having a blues rhythm in the guitar, while the drums are doing very heavy metal. The choir and the rest of the instrumentation is giving us variation from before, and it sounds incredible. Like the rhythm the guitar is playing. That's blues. That's blues. That's 12 bars blues. We're doing that in the middle of this metal incredible thing. This is awesome. Let's see where this goes. Okay, variation. Variation of the original motif. Moving around between the chorus. Very nice. And changing the rhythms again. Now we bring in the guitars doing the melodies. With the erhu, I think. Guitar, erhu, and violins. Beautiful, beautiful solo. We change the drums, and that is more than enough to just... Oh my god, this is so good. Let's see where it goes. There we go. And I love this, by the way. I love this. When you build up to hit that high note and you hit it with a different instrument. I love that bait and switch that we get. Very, oh my god. They're so good. And in this case, of course, we also had a little bit of rhythmic displacement. Rhythmic displacement, as the name suggests. You display something in the rhythm. In this case, we pushed back the hitting of the next beat so that when we hit that high note, it would be by itself, right? Let's hear it again, right? So we're building for a high note, and so much stronger. Variation is starting to fall down. I think we're in outro territory over here. Variation still of the rhythm from before. While all the other instruments are bringing these downwards going scales, upwards. Rhythmic displacement. And there you go. We ended with rhythmic displacement. One last strong hit of everything. We break everything back down. And there you have it. My god, I need to move the door a little bit. That was awesome. That was awesome. There you go. That was the Azhdaha battle music phases 1 and 2, movements 1 and 2, basically from the Genshin Impact soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas 2025, on top of doing the audiobook fanfiction thing, I will also play a single video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, live on stream, within terms of service, of course, and we'll dedicate a couple of streams to that, right? This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also, use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Link down below. Coordinate with them. Artists on YouTube or otherwise, musicians out there, this is an open invitation for collaboration. Let's work together. If you want any of my musical skills for any of my for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old ooh, 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 kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know. Let's work together. If you want to figure out something for your composition, whatever it is, right? Just reach out, let me know. Let's work together. And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit from any of my skills, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about things. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on the description of this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you're in the live stream, wait a little bit. We have the giveaway pending. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. If you're not in Europe, 6 p.m. again, Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. You have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in Discord and Twitch. Both are linked down below. So if you live in Forks and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Don't worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch and it's going to show in your local time zone. Yeah. And And that's that. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We record them live on stream in the after show, and then the recordings go there. Link down in the description, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Azhdaha battle music. That was awesome, dude. That was really good. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.